In tonight's awards, you're going to hear a number of names which are now tied to the awards given out. This is in recognition of the importance BWHA places on the legacy that members contribute through their long association and dedication to hockey in Brisbane. Ruby Robinson, Vicky Spice, Cheryl Khan, Mary Hughes, Leslie Bennett, Lynn Thomas, Heather Scraggs, Jan Hadfield, Pam Glossop, Shirley Otto, Jan Ellis and Rhonda Nix all fall into this honourable category. I also noticed recently that Jenny Tidy was honoured by Hockey Queensland with the naming of the Jenny Tidy Player of the Tournament Award for her services to the Women's Masters. I'd like to pass on my congratulations here, as Jenny has always been a supportive advocate for what Hockey Zone has been doing, always ready with a smile and a hug. Congratulations, Jenny. The TV programme was fortunate in being able to spend some time with these legends of the game and getting to document many of their stories. Here's a quick snapshot of some of these, young and old, who gave their time for the project and some of the stories we got to cover with them. Let's start with someone who has done so much for BWHA behind the scenes, getting her moment in the sun.
They're very excited about it all. So I think I'm going to have to go in a minute. So
Your mum's going to be running with the baton this morning. How's the feeling in the house?
Oh, she's very excited. I think she's a bit nervous this morning. It was starting to sink in because it's such an amazing opportunity. But thoroughly deserved. So really excited for her today.
here at Downie Park, we, like many people across the state, have been affected by ex-tropical cyclone Oswald. This caused damage with 3 feet of water through the clubhouse and across the field.
Hockey Zone's today at Downie Park, where we're looking at some of the irrigation facilities that were installed just before Easter. And we'd like to thank all the politicians that assisted us in actually getting the grant. So
we're not aware that there's any other sporting female precinct like this in the country. Maybe even the world will go that far in our plan for world domination, because we want to use this facility. We don't want to have to duplicate this. So what we need, what we're asking for is $4 million for the 2 turfs.
I was made a life member last week at the AGM. It was a great surprise and I really was honoured. This is the UQ Centre. As you can see, it's been built up above the flood line, but remembering that this is car park. Up there will be the fields. This will be our clubhouse. So in 2016, when we open, we'll see you here for a beer.
We are in the centre of Brisbane for the Welcome Home Parade for the Olympians. Jodie, fantastic experience with the parade.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Your first Olympics, London 2012, but when you think about it, it's only 14 months ago you made your debut. It's been a hell of a ride the last 14 months.
Yeah, definitely you can say that. It's been a real whirlwind.
Hi and welcome to something a little bit different for Hockey Zone.
Look, I hope it has raised the profile of hockey even just a little bit. Obviously they can see, I work full time, I train full time. I can also have a little bit of fun doing stuff like this.
Commercial Women's Hockey Club are lucky enough to produce some top class players, and today we have Madonna Blythe and Renee Taylor joining us.
I moved to Perth when I was 19, so about the same age, and wasn't prepared for it. Like, clearly it's a dream, but played mostly club hockey in Brisbane and then just getting told, moving to Perth next week.
I started playing hockey in 1949. My phys ed teacher from school wanted me to come out to watch a game of hockey in 1948. Playing 5 weeks and I got picked in the Queensland team at the age of 14.
My daughter's played hockey. I was never allowed to play sport, but I've always been very interested in it. Now I've got 3 granddaughters playing, and I've got a couple of great-granddaughters playing up in Hervey Bay.
I started in high school playing up in Rockhampton, and I was an inaugural member of the Wanderers Hockey Club up there. First time I was ever at Downie Park, I played in an Australian under-19 here in 1959.
1934, 35, 36. I played briefly at school. I went to St Ursula's College Yeppoon, we had no hockey field, but hockey had to be played on the beach when the tide was out.
This week we're at Redcliffe and we're catching up with the club history for the 80th anniversary with Dos Buchanan, one of our life members. Tell us a little bit about Mary Nan. She was a very significant role in the club.
Oh, Mary was brilliant. Mary was a brilliant coach, and she also had the history of being the only female coach to coach A-grade men.
I've only ever played for 2 clubs. The first club I played for was a club called Neptunes out at Marchant Park. Came back about 5 years later, and by that time Neptunes had disappeared and Eileen had started Ascot Hockey Club, and that's a club that I've played for and been associated with ever since.
Welcome to Downey Park on this lovely sunny day. We're here today to celebrate something special, and that is Mrs. Annette Westbale, one of the stars of the 60s and 70s, Australian player.
I started in primary school, Di. It was the first primary hockey that was played in Queensland, and went actually to Canada when I was 18, and played in their provincial teams, and there was an Australian touring team came through Canada, and I played for Canada against that Australian touring team.
And Karen, what about your own hockey career? You're still an active player, but how did it all start?
I played hockey at school and moved to Queensland as a postgraduate student, not knowing anyone, joined the University Hockey Club, took to playing goalkeeper in more recent years because my knees aren't up to running on the turf anymore. Would kill to go back and play as an inside, but that's the way it is. Played 2 fixture games a week, so the fixture season's usually about 15 or 20 games per season, so that would be 30 or 40 games a season.
What else do you do in your life other than hockey, or is it all hockey?
No, I have a family, so I have 2 adult children and a husband, and I'm also learning piano as a mature age student. And I work full time.
I thought I'd better finish with the boss. And what a boss and a team she leads. President since 2006 and supported by Kath in her many roles since 1992, and Sonia as Treasurer since 2010, along with many others who all contribute. It's this leadership and stability that has seen BWHA grow and flourish into what it is today, a team of dedicated and focused volunteers with a common goal, building on the success of those who have gone before to grow the game of hockey. Insert round of applause here. Okay, back to the awards, and our next section is dedicated to the umpires and officials who are such an important part of the game and operations. We've met many of them over the years and learned a lot from them too.
And I didn't want to be a netballer anymore because you get sore ankles and sore knees and things, and the other option was hockey.
I actually, interestingly enough, when I was younger, used to do Highland dancing. So I had a year where I had to wait to do something. But I started playing hockey and just really liked it. So I ditched the Highland dancing and started playing hockey.
The weather sucks in Scotland, so excellent opportunity to come and get some sunshine.
So it was my mother who always asked me to give something back to the sport, and she said very few people went into umpiring. So she asked me if I would basically return a favour to her.
So please give it up now for the unsung heroes who turn up each week so that the players can shine.